Welcome, dear viewer, to a channel dedicated to documenting family life on 4 allotment plots. I'm Tom, and along with my wife Hannah and my daughter Flo, we tend 2 allotment plots we've rented from our local council in Devon since May 2023. Just a stone's throw away from us, you'll find Tilly, my mum, and Nick, my dad, who have tended their 2 allotment plots for 11 years now. Life isn't always easy at the allotment. However, with a little help from our 2 dogs, Alfie and Tor, and of course our neighbours and friends at the site, we've come to realise that the journey of an allotmenteer is extremely rewarding and a wonderfully positive, life-changing experience. Come with us and see real life on the plot as you've never seen it before. This is the Allotment Family Diary. And we're back, guys. We are back. Welcome to the first episode of season 3 of the Allotment Family Diary. I do hope you had a fantastic winter holiday, whatever you did, whoever you spent it with, and whatever you celebrated. It is early January. There's a chill in the air, and I'm at the allotment site. It's great to be back. We've been beavering away behind the scenes. We've had a lot of work on the go that we've been doing, which I'm going to show you guys in this video today. But before we get into that, I just want to say thank you for being patient with us. I know we haven't uploaded for a couple of weeks, but we are back in full swing now. So just a little catch up with you guys. Most of you probably know by now that I am a committee member up here, and I'm in charge of social media and the website for 9 allotment sites in our local area. Now, part of my job was to go and tour these sites, take photos, and I've also captured some video. You lucky channel members, and if you haven't become a channel member yet, please consider doing so. It costs less than a cheap packet of seeds each month. You guys get to see those 9 allotment tours that we did. They were fantastic. There are some lovely sites out there, beautiful sites. So please consider becoming a channel member so you can check out those videos and watch other behind the scenes things that the allotment family get up to. So let's bring you guys up to speed. Let's see what I got up to the other day up here at the allotment plot. It is Monday the 6th of January. It's a bit chilly, there's a chance of showers, but hey, life goes on at the plot and I've got lots of jobs to catch up on after our Christmas break. Last year, we planted some black magic kale on our allotment, and the plan was to just let it run its course over the winter and then dig it up so we can put in a new crop in its place. However, it's become quite the staple in our household. Everyone is really enjoying the kale. So what I think I'm going to do today is move that to one of our raised beds. It won't be long before we're planting our red and white onions. Now these are going to be supplied to us by our trading shed. They haven't come in yet, so we've got a bit of time, but I really want to get the ground prepared. And in order to do that, the kale has to be moved. If you saw our allotment planning video, you'll know that the raised bed that I'm moving the kale to was going to have parsnips in it, but okay, we're going to get the kale in there and we'll think of what to do with the parsnips later. We'll find somewhere to put them. We currently have 9 kale plants, and I'm going to see how many will fit in the raised bed. So, it's time to get the spade and get the first dig of 2025 on the go. Let's do it. Do you know what? I've really missed the smell of the soil. Sounds funny, but apparently the smell of soil is brilliant for your mental health. Yeah, really invigorates you, and yeah, I'm getting that now. So with this bed dug over, we're ready to move the kale into it. Now, as I mentioned, we grew mooli in this bed, and it's only recently just been pulled up. We've eaten the last of it. It's a lovely crop. And the great thing about mooli, especially if you have very claggy clay soil like we do, is that it actually improves soil aeration and water infiltration as well. So I haven't had to do a lot to this bed really. It's been really easy to dig over. A nice way to work back into the new season. We've also had a lovely bunch of fresh compost added to this soil, so I'm not going to do a lot else to it. It's looking good, and obviously the kale can just have a nice feed of liquid seaweed when they go in. Well, there we are, the first big job of the season done. The kale are in their new home. I can't wait to get back to picking these, but I am going to let them grow a bit bigger first of all. I've seen kale like this tall. Yeah, so these are like babies compared to that. Anyway, I've spaced these roughly about 22 inches apart. Going this way, it's about 16. The minimum is about 18 inches, so yeah, that falls slightly short, but I'm sure they'll be fine. They've had a nice feed of liquid seaweed, and the netting is here just to protect it from the birds, because my neighbours have told me the pigeons up here have decimated their crops of kale, so it's best to keep them netted. Anyway, I'm happy with that. Happy. Another good job. Well done. The first job of the season. Many more to come. So after finishing with the kale, which is in the raised bed next door to me, I thought, well, I'm going to give the herb garden a bit of a tidy up. Everything's had a bit of a snip back, and I think it's looking a lot neater. I think last year, some of you guys may know, we made the mistake of literally cutting all of our herbs right back, and because of that we lost a lot of herbs. So this year I'm not being as drastic. So if you're new to growing herbs, don't make that mistake. Don't cut everything right back in the winter, because it won't grow back, and it didn't for us. The proof is in the pudding. So you may notice there's a bit of a gap in the herb bed. Now, we had an Italian thyme here, which I've actually repotted. I've given it its own pot, because I think as you have an allotment and as you grow things, you get to know what you use more of, and thyme is something that we use a lot of in our house. So the plants that we've got left in the bed, we've got some wild garlic at the end, we've got fennel, we've got rosemary, sage, oregano, lovely curry plant. I love the smell of this. We have chives, and we have a peppermint mint. I know some people say, oh, you shouldn't plant mint in the ground, but to be honest, if you stay on top of it, if you're up here to cut it back, it's not going to get overgrown. It's not going to be much of a problem. Anyway, I'm pleased with this. That's 2 nice jobs done today, and it feels fantastic to get back into the swing of things again. So I just got up and walked away to turn off the camera, and look who's arrived. It's our cheeky little Robin. Now, I am pretty sure that this guy we've seen hanging around since we had the plot, and I am sure he's been with us the whole time.
Everybody, good morning. It's Sunday the 12th of January. Gosh, 12 days gone already. I'm Tilly.
I'm Hannah, and we're at your plot.
Yes, yeah.
And I haven't been on your plot for quite a while, and I've seen quite a few changes.
There are, yes, and I'm just digging some more over this morning.
Quite impressed with the chicken add-on run there.
Yeah, well, Tom and I thought that would be a good idea, because there was lots of henpecking going on. So he's almost very, very nearly completed it now, and they're enjoying it. We only have the door open when we're up here at the moment, but they do seem to love it. Right, well, here's the entrance. So we've got 2 entrance doors now. This one that we sort of lock up with wire, and that's their main one into their run. So they can come out from the run. You can see it's all covered over, so nothing can get in and they can't get out. And they're having a whale of a time. They had a good clean out yesterday with a new bale of straw in there and hay in their little nesting boxes. So that is good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's nice enrichment for them. It's something for them to look forward to come out, because you're here most days. So
yeah. Well, it's either Tom or I that come up and do the eggs, and we always clean away all the droppings on the top of the coop in the morning, because they like to sleep on there at night. They don't go inside on their lovely warm nesting boxes.
So Tilly, I see you've uncovered this patch. What are you doing here?
Yes, well, I've been putting chicken manure on it all winter. I've just finished giving it over a good old dig over, so we've got all sorts of manure and compost and straw and things in there. and we're going to plant golden beets.
Oh, I love golden beets.
And here's Chase. We were wondering what's happened to him because he hasn't been seen for ages.
Hello. Where have you been? Where have you been?
Yeah, so it's just had its first dig. Obviously there'll be another dig, and you know, raking over before the seeds go in.
So I hope we're going to grow a lot of golden beets, because if you ever get a chance to, do try and grow them. They are absolutely beautiful. Roasted, raw, you know, they're lovely.
And for those of you who are new, or just maybe looking at this at the first time, in one of our blogs over Christmas, we talked about what seeds we were getting and how we were going to swap over growing our vegetables, because obviously it's not good to keep the same veg on the same plot year after year. So so that's why we're growing the golden beets
and
here.
It gives us different things to try different things out.
It does,
we've never grown corn before, and I'm looking forward to growing some corn. And you've never grown stuff
that's
before.
That's right. And so you've got a much bigger plot where the corn are going than I have. So
and it's look like
yummy. Yeah.
So your raspberry bushes have gone.
They have, because they've been in for 10 years and they were getting really pathetic, and we weren't having any raspberries. It was just a disaster. So we've taken them all out, and we've been putting compost and things in these 2 beds, because Tom is going to make me 2 lovely raised beds here.
That'd be nice. That will really look nice.
It will look nice.
Be a bit easier for you as well.
It will, yes, yeah. And then the gooseberries, I've just finished pruning the first one. I've got the other 2 to finish, because apparently this is the time that you should do it. We've got rhubarb up there that the bed will be all dug over and fresh compost put on there. It's looking a bit of a mess at the moment. Also, we had to get rid of our strimmer because it had broken, and I haven't sourced a new one yet. Well, I did, but I ordered an electric one by mistake and had to send it back.
So what's been going on here? Looks like you've cut back quite a bit.
Yeah, I've taken out all the clumps of grass that were just growing randomly. So I've dug them all out, tidied it up quite a lot, put down a load of new bark. I've taken away some of the mess on the top. We always have it full of leaves from the apple trees and so on. So they've gone. I haven't messed about with it too much, because in other blogs I've already told you it's full of newts. So
you don't want to disturb them.
I don't want to disturb them, no. In fact, there's some more leaves coming back there.
Yeah, because you can't go taking loads of stuff out, because it's quite well established.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
And they've got a nice slab there that they can come out, and over the other side it's all sloped in there for the...
And you have got a couple of frogs, haven't you?
Yes, we have. We've probably got 2 frogs at the moment, although who knows, we might have more or less this spring. But it's got primroses and daisies and forget-me-nuts at the moment.
It always looks really, really pretty in the spring, when all the flowers start blooming and stuff.
And helps with the pollinating insects and so on. And my insect house that I've made just over there.
So this is the one veg that I don't like.
I just thought I'd try some broad beans that side. These, as they come out so quickly, they grow in the spring, and once they've started, once you pick them, that's it. They don't keep coming back like runner beans or anything.
And you freeze them?
Yeah.
Because you can have a lot, because I won't be eating them.
I know.
I don't think Tom or anybody else likes them.
Nick and I are the only ones. I haven't grown them for several years, to be honest, but I thought they had some on sale in the trading shed. So I thought, I'll get some. They've grown quite quickly, and they probably need staking now as well, because they do get quite floppy.
Yeah, I can see a couple.
Yeah, if they're very small, well, about this size, I guess, you can use them as green manure and dig them in if you want to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but only when they're small. So, and obviously we're letting them grow. So,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
And randomly we've got forget-me-nots and daisies around. Oh, and a chard that seeded itself.
Oh, that's nice, stir-fried.
Yeah, yeah.
So you had carrots in here, didn't you?
Yes, I did. We only put them in very late, but actually we had quite a lot, didn't we?
That's so good. You are going to grow carrots again, aren't you?
Yeah, well, what we're going to do, we've got another one of these old compost bins that we're going to cut in half, because we've got room in the either side. and we're going to just grow carrots in there as well.
Nice.
We'll freshen up the compost, etc. But it's got a really good base of loads and loads of composted greenery and so on. And this was absolutely full of these daisies, these oxeye daisies. Once you've got them, you'll never get rid of them. But they're quite nice. I like them. They're really pretty. They look lovely in the spring. So I've just put a good layer of bark around them as well.
Just to control them a bit.
Yeah,
more, yeah.
just to control. They're ever so easy to pull out. And then behind us here, this used to be a strawberry bed that has been composted in the autumn once all the beans were finished. So what we're going to do with it this year is grow the Cape gooseberries along. Tom's going to make a fence, and then they'll be growing sort of, well, about the middle back a bit because they're quite bushy.
That's
and then
that's a fair few.
It is. And then also in the front we'll have salad things growing in there.
So you're making use of both.
Yeah. So we're going to multi-sow several different varieties of things.
What's happening to the
and then at the end there we're growing kohlrabi, which was a suggestion from one of our allotment viewers. So we actually bought one over Christmas to taste because we thought there's no point.
I didn't taste it.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Was it nice?
It was quite nice. It had a sort of a mild celery-ish, cucumbery, like it wasn't bitter or anything. Right. It was really nice.
Well, I'm going to have to wait now until you've grown it, aren't I?
Yeah.
Is Tom going to just put a bit of wood there? Because it's kind of falling apart a bit.
Yeah, it is. It is falling apart. It's never been that successful with anything I've grown in there, but we'll see how it goes this year.
What's going in here then?
Well, this is a nice bed that Tom built for me towards the end of the season actually, and I just put a couple of melon plants that I had in there. So they grew, and then we went to pick them and they were all mulch, so I obviously left.
I think they were a bit late forming.
They were,
because the one in our polytunnel formed a lot quicker.
And the weather wasn't great, was it?
So what's going to go in?
So some more kohlrabi. So there'll be kohlrabi in this bed and the one at the end.
Okay, so I'll actually get to try some then.
Yeah. And then this one over here, we had to lose part of it because of the chicken run. This is the back of the external chicken run. And it did have loads of cabbages in it. So we're probably going to grow some more cabbage in there just for this year, just to give it a go. Maybe red cabbage, because that grows quite easily, doesn't it?
I like red cabbage, that's nice. Oh, do you know what I fancy with red cabbage? Can we pickle some?
Yeah, really nice. And then pruned all the blackberry back. This is a thornless blackberry, and I tell you what, they are delicious. They're huge, great blackberries, and it's grown a lot on this site because it does really, really well. But no one who grows it can remember the name because they all came from one person who gave them cuttings and they passed on cuttings. So the name has been lost, but they are really nice.
Signs, the perfect way to express one's unique personality without actually muttering a single word. Now, as you guys know, we do like our signs and we're collecting them to go on our shed. What with it being Christmas and all, we had a few gifts, so let's go and have a look and see what we've got. I'm going to take you off-road, old school vloggy style. So as you guys know, these were the two that we picked up at our local Comic-Con. This is a new edition, and I think that's very us. And I would recommend pausing the video if you want to have a good read of that one. Now moving over to the right side of the shed, we have these two new additions. The top one, Hot Stuff Grown Here, I mean, you know, we love growing our chilies. This was actually engraved by Bev, who we did a plot tour with her up here. Lovely Bev. And of course, at the allotment, Hot Stuff Grown Here, at the allotment, why not? And of course, we have the old Orchard Farm sign, the first one that we picked up for our collection, but this is by far my favourite addition. 2 old school hand scythes or sickles picked up from our local trading shed. They look fantastic on the shed. Yeah, I'm really pleased with those signs. We just need a few more, actually quite a few more, to fill up the front of the shed. But we'll get there, we'll get there. So anyway, another job that I really need to get done, and I'm going to do that today because I'm feeling so proactive at the moment. I just cannot wait for spring. I'm going to turn our compost. I've not done this, I'll be honest, I've not done it since we put the compost bins in. So I think it's time it happens today. So I've moved all the compost from this half full bin into that bin over there. And now, what with it being Christmas and there being so much cardboard and packaging around, I thought I'd make use of it. So this is me for the afternoon. I'm literally going to have to break up this cardboard all by hand. People say you should shred it, but I don't have a shredder, so I'm just going to do it by hand. And then once I've got like a nice layer in here, I'm going to put on some water just to soak the cardboard mixed with a little bit of detergent. And then we'll add another layer of compost, another layer of cardboard, and repeat the process. Well, you know what, that didn't actually take as long as I expected. It maybe only took an hour, I would say. So what I did was just moved all the compost from the old bin into there, and I would say there were maybe about 4 layers of cardboard. I've still got loads of cardboard left, so now this is emptied, I put the cardboard into this bin just to suppress any weeds that may come up. Get so much bindweed on our site up here. Obviously, I've taken off any bits of sellotape or plastic that were on the cardboard, so none of that has gone into the ground. And now all that's left to do is to put a tarp over it, and then we'll just leave it. Maybe turn it again in another couple of months. I'll be honest, I haven't turned this compost once until now, so need to stay on top of that. Yep. Welcome, dear friends, to the Allotment Family Garage. Why am I in the garage, you might be asking? Well, it's to do with this silver box behind me. So nestled between the tumble dryer and an old cabinet full of random materials and tools that may or may not one day come in useful, but yet keep them anyway because everyone does, are our brand new batch of chilies and peppers. So this silver box is built from polystyrene and insulation material, which is basically to keep the heat in and the cold out. Inside, I've used fleece to line the top and the back where the cold window is, just to keep the heat from the heat mats inside and give it a nice warm environment for those seeds to start growing. So these guys have been in here for about 2 weeks now. So let's have a look and see how they're getting on. So with the cover removed, here we are. We have Machu Picchu, we have Bishop's Crown, Delirio Orange at the back, and Fiesta Yellow. These 2 are peppers and these 2 are chilies. So these are doing really well. They're getting roughly about 18 hours of light a day, and the heat mats, there's 2 of them, are sitting on roughly about 25 degrees. Pulling back the cover, you can really feel the heat in there. So this is a perfect environment for them, and they're doing really well. I can't wait to show you these guys again in a couple of weeks' time. Well, what an eventful and busy couple of weeks it's been. But to be honest, we're only really scratching the surface of the jobs that we've got to do ready for spring up here. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. We upload once a week to the public and also once a week to our members. So please consider becoming a channel member if you want to look at behind the scenes things of the Allotment Family Diary, and also those 9 site tours where we look at various allotments in our local area. Anyway, please drop the video a like if you liked it, and do consider subscribing. And from me, Tom, it's goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.